listened to a young girl who was saying that the Nigerian community here is totally very angry. Thank you very much for your picture from our young
was the country of the Niger Delta of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He went to several schools. His major academic education was at the government college in Delhi. And
go gather, destroy their food. Make security camp and that other camp, Togo camp, no compensate everybody.
Generation sometimes. Today our focus will be in the style of J.P. Clark, a poet and writer, and we shall also be very interested in his point as more dancer.
Some lives are meaningful, some are empty. With too much meaning and riches to offer humankind. Long after stories, earthly adventures and no more, one can still find footprints of these great lives on the pavements of our contemporary life.
Good evening, you're welcome to the program Green Planet.
And we are at the African Center for Community and Development. We are trying to improve on the food base of the pig, and we shall be adding soya beans, which is very rich in protein, with some other inputs like concentrates, which is also very good for their growth, in order to achieve a food base that is going to be good for the pig's health. Improving on the feed base of pigs is very necessary, especially when one is supposed to address the issue of pregnancy. When a pig is pregnant, for instance, it is clear that it has to feed well in order that the coming piglets will also be healthy. And that is concentrate here. This we shall be mixing with what is usually referred to as sang bleu in French in Cameroon. And here we have soya beans. And here we have granite paste, which is also very rich in fats and oils. And with the grasses that we feed the pigs, it is automatic that the pigs will be able to get a balanced diet and will be able to grow and not be stunted. Our intention at the African Center for Community and Development is to vulgarize knowledge on such practices in order that subpopulations can adopt these mechanisms for survival, in order that Africa and developing countries around the world might be able to fight poverty, improve on their well-being, and also diversify their incomes. Sometimes manual mixing is advantageous in developing countries, as it helps to create employment for certain people. Meanwhile, it is time saving to have machines. In smaller projects, it is always advisable to use human labor, as in continuous activities, knowledge is gained, which can now be shared in communities, despite the fact that one cannot dispute the necessity for Africa to achieve maximum industrialization. Hello, Valentine. So, what have you been putting in the feed?
Well, for now we have been putting like we put the concentrate, we have put granule and soya beans. It's good especially for pigs that are pregnant and for the young piglet.
Okay.
As everybody knows, soya beans is even approved by doctors for little children and for babies.
And even for those suffering from HIV/AIDS.
HIV/AIDS.
Okay. And granules is also very, very good meal here in Africa.
Yes.
Was it difficult to get them?
Actually, it was not quite difficult because you run around, you have some granules and the soya beans cake and the concentrate.
Okay.
Get it around from local stores around.
Okay. Monsieur Ayok, pourquoi c'est important pour utiliser les trucs comme l'arachide pour la nourriture des cochons?
Parce que pour élever les cochons, il faut des trucs nécessaires comme l'arachide et le concentré pour faire élever le porc. Il faut ça parce que ça leur donne poids, qui est très nécessaire pour l'homme africain. Si tu veux faire l'élevage, il faut avoir tout ça. Avec ça, si tu donnes à tes porcs n'ont pas de problème. Merci.
Quel est le conseil que tu peux donner à les gens qui veulent faire l'élevage du porc?
Le conseil que je peux donner aux gens qui veulent faire l'élevage du porc, il faut avoir une maison de porc. 2, il faut avoir une grande maison pour les porcs. Et il faut connaître la quantité de porc qu'il faut avoir dans une maison. Et dès que tu as mis les porcs, il ne faut pas mélanger les hommes avec les femelles.
Et pourquoi les gens ne veulent pas apprendre ces choses? Tu penses que c'est parce que l'élevage a trop d'argent que les gens sont peur? Ou bien c'est quoi?
L'élevage n'a pas trop d'argent, mais l'élevage c'est pour maintenir la bénie des Camerounais, donc beaux enfants avec les porcs. Même si vous vendez un porc, soit à 30 000 ou 40 000, ça fait que demain, vos enfants vont aller à l'école sans problème. C'est pour ça que beaucoup de gens ne savent pas l'élevage. Mais nous, on les appelle de venir connaître l'élevage au niveau de Limbe.
Now, in Africa, many people have been saying that waste is not being recycled. Much of the waste from fish is usually just left to rot or is carried by waves back into the sea. But then people are wanting to keep animals like pigs. What we strategize with waste from fish at the African Center for Community and Development is to use them as a protein base in the feed of pigs. Mind you, it is not only a protein base because you have some small bones as well, which means it is very possible for you to be able to have from the waste of fish proteins and calcium. Then with the maggots that come from flies that follow this waste, it is also clear you're also getting even more proteins, thereby justifying recent research by Egyptian scientists on trying to mass produce maggots to replace the small fishes that people use in the making of industrialized feed, as the oceans are getting it very difficult to replenish themselves naturally because of the over-harvesting of small and immature fish. At the African Center for Community and Development, we will be mixing what we've got as fish waste into this feed base in order to achieve healthy food for our pigs. And this is even very more important as one of our major pigs is pregnant. The first time she brought forth 10 kids, and it is likely that it might be more. And therefore it is very important for us to make sure that she is well fed during these tricky days. So water has been added. where we're going to have a fine paste. Everything here is original. This is a wooden stump from wood that was used in the roofing of the pig house. Now it's been used to achieve a fine mixture of the feed. Many a times it is necessary to re-emphasize the importance of recycling things as it reduces costs, empowers those that do not have the opportunities to buy new things. So we shall be moving now to taking fish waste and adding it to our mixture, our powdered mixture that has now been mixed with water. This is good, and mother pig is going to really like it. More water. And there we are. Okay, let's see what the pig is going to do with this. The smell from this wonderful meal is probably going to cause some squealing in the pig fence of the African Center for Community and Development. For the food is delicious and the pigs like it, and it is worth the trouble. Thank you very much for watching People, Places and Events.
Thank you very much. And you just listen to a young girl who was saying that the Nigerian community here is totally very angry.
Thank you very much for
It was the Ijaw country of the Niger Delta of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He went to several schools to make your academic genesis was at Government College, Ujeli, and
Go gather, destroy their food. Make situated camp. That other camp, Tongo camp, no compensate everybody.
sometimes. Today our focus will be on the style of J.C. Clark, a poet and writer, and we shall also be very interested in his point Akmo dancer.
Some lives are meaningful, some are empty. There are lives that are meaningful, with too much meaning and riches to offer humankind. Long after some of these earthly adventures and no more, one can still find footprints of these great lives on the pavements of our contemporary life.
Good evening, you're welcome to the program Green Planet.